Hi folks, it's Matthew here from Matthew's Tech Hub. Hope you're doing well. Welcome back to the video today, guys. So today I thought I'd do something a bit different. So this is actually how to install Windows 11 onto a device and how to actually create the media for installing Windows 11. So I'm going to be showing you a couple of different, it's going to be a lengthy video this, but I'm going to show you a couple of ways on what we can do. So I'll be running through on how you can actually create an ISO image to install it onto other devices. So not installing it onto your own PC, or you can install it onto your own PC, but if you want to create a bootable media for other devices. And the other way I'm going to do it as well is I'm going to show you how you actually upgrade from Windows 10 to Windows 11, because as we all know, in a few months' time, because at the time of recording, it's in October 2024, Windows 10 is due to be the support is due to be discontinued in 2025, which means the majority of end users will be going from Windows 10 to Windows 11. So I thought, well, that would be quite an appropriate time to make this type of video. So here we are. So let's jump straight into it. Okay, so now as you can see, we're on the desktop of Windows 11, but don't worry, if you are on Windows 10, you can also still do this process. So the first process I'm going to show you guys is a way of doing it by creating an ISO file and using the program called Rufus. So first of all, guys, what we need to do is we need to download two things. So we're just going to open up our internet browser here. And I'm on the Windows 11 page, but the way you can get to this page is you can simply go to google.com and then just simply search for Windows 11 Media Creation Tool. And as soon as you click on this, you'll then see a link down here saying Create Installation Media for Windows on the Microsoft website. So if you click on this, and it'll show you the different versions of Windows here, and you can just click on Windows 11, which is right here. And then as you can see, it will take you straight to this page. So the option that we need to select here, guys, is we need to click on this one right here, which says Create Windows 11 Installation Media. So if you click on Download just right here, and as you can see, it's now just downloaded a media creation tool. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to pop this onto our desktop right here and leave that there for the moment. And we'll come back to that in just a sec. The other software that we need to get is, because we need to put the ISO file for Windows 11 onto a USB stick, I recommend using a program called Rufus, which you would have seen I've used in many other videos, and many other YouTubers also use the same software. It's a fantastic piece of software. So what you're going to do is just go to your web browser again, and it's going to search, well, go to the website, which is rufus.ie. Again, all the links I'll also put in the description box down below, so if you want to click on those, you can do that as well. So once you're on at the Rufus website, you'll get a few adverts. Don't worry about those. These are all fake, like trying to get you to, you might see some adverts trying to download stuff, but just completely ignore that. Scroll down, and you'll see here under download here, there'll be a green section, and it says link. So what you want to do is download the version that's suitable for you. So I would just go by downloading the Rufus 4.5 here, because this is for 64-bit of Windows, but maybe you're on a 32-bit machine, which some users are, strangely these days. So you want to run, if you're on a 32-bit, you'll want to download the Windows x86, or if you are running Windows ARM, which is for like different type of processor, then again you can download the Windows ARM here. So that would be if you're running Windows on a Mac or something like that. But I'm on a 64-bit version of Windows 11, so I'm just going to click on the Rufus right here. Click on that, and as you can see, it's downloaded. So I'm just going to again drag this to our desktop. And that's all we need for now. So we can just close out of that. I'm just going to jump straight into the media creation tool first. And again, if it asks you to make changes to your device, just select yes. That's just the UAC control in Windows. So it will take a few minutes. So it's just going to just start itself up. And then as you can see now, it's asking for the license terms, which as everyone does, we just click accept. So I'm just going to click on accept down here. And it's just going to say getting a few things ready. So it's just going to run a few checks just to make sure you're able to download this file. And as you can see here, it now asks us to select the option and edition. So I'm now going to untick this. Well, you can use the recommended options if you want to, but I normally just untick this and then just make sure that everything is set as you want it. But again, you can also change the language if you need it in a different language. But again, I'm English, I'm in the UK, so I want to download the English version and obviously Windows 11. So I'm going to click next. And then this is the important part. So as you can see now, it's now got burn it to a USB flash drive or an ISO file. So if you've got a clean USB stick and you have plugged it into your computer right now, you can actually burn this straight to your USB directly. However, I recommend doing it through Rufus, which again, I'll explain the reasons why when we get to that stage, which again, you would have, if you've seen some of my previous videos, you'll understand why I'm doing this process. So I'm just going to click on ISO file right here and then select next. And now I'm just going to save this ISO file to our desktop. So this is now asking where you want to save it. So again, I'm just going to select desktop. Leave the file name as Windows, or you can name whatever you want to, Windows 11 or 24H2, I think it is now, whichever, if you need the version of Windows, but just save it as anything, whatever you like, and then just go to save. And then that will now start downloading Windows. So I'm going to let this download now, guys, and I'll be back in just a couple of moments. Okay, so now you can see that it's now saying burn the ISO file to a DVD, which is what you want it to do. So as you can see now on my left-hand side, I've got a Windows ISO file. So what you can do now, guys, you can just now click on Finish, and then the setup will just take a few minutes just to close, and that's it, and that's all done. So now we've got our ISO image. So what we're going to do now, guys, I'm just going to put our ISO image next to all of our tools here. I'm now going to open up Rufus just by double-clicking on it. And again, if it asks you to make changes to your device, just select yes. And you can also, it's going to offer to check for updates, obviously, for, when you do open the application. It's up to you if you want to. I've always downloaded the latest one, so I presume it's up to date. But I normally just select yes because it doesn't really matter. Why not? So now we're into Rufus, guys. What we're going to do is, well, you actually want to make sure your USB stick is plugged in at this point. I would recommend quite a large memory stick. I mean, probably when I say large, anything larger than around 10 gigabytes, I would say. I've got a 64 gig stick, which most common these days is only 32 to 64. So just make sure you've got a large enough USB stick to install Windows. Now that this is plugged in, I have also formatted this. So again, I won't cover on how to format on this video, but I have already wiped the USB stick clean. So now what we're going to do is you're going to go on the boot selection. We're just going to hit select right here. And this will now is where we need to go locate that ISO file that we've just downloaded. So when I was click on desktop and then just click on ISO, or our ISO that we just downloaded right here, which is Windows, and then just go down to open in the bottom right hand corner. As you can see now, it's now recognized as a Windows installation, and it's now going to give us a few options. So I'm going to leave that as standard Windows installation. The other option which you need to worry about is GPT or MBR. So if you're running a fairly new PC, I would recommend using GPT. If it's quite an old device, which again, I don't think will run Windows 11 anyway, but by default, I would really recommend that you use GPT and not MBR. Obviously, if you want to try it with MBR, in case you are having issues trying to install it with GPT, then of course you can do that as well. So I'm going to leave that as GPT, leave that as UEFI, non-CSM. You can also do as well is that you can actually also name the USB stick. So if you want to do that, you'll just pop the name of the USB in here. So maybe if you're keeping a few USBs with different Windows installations on, again, you'll know which one is which. You can do that right here. And now what I'm going to do now, guys, is I'm just going to hit start. So when we hit start, this is the reason now why I'm doing this with Rufus, because you can actually customize the Windows installation or a few options in Rufus. So again, so you've got the option here to remove the requirement for 4 gigs of RAM and secure boot. So again, maybe you're using an old device and it doesn't actually fully support Windows 11. You can actually remove the requirement and install it. But just bear in mind, if you are doing that, you will come into some issues, which even Microsoft recommends not to do that. And I probably wouldn't recommend it either. You've also got the option to remove a requirement for an online Microsoft account. Yes, please tick this. It's a nightmare. It does my head in. But yeah, just make sure you click that because it's just needed. Then you've got the option here to create a local account with a username. So yeah, I'm going to do that. So it creates the account for me. I'm just going to leave it as Windows. Set the regional options to the same as the value as the users. So again, it will set all the country to the same value. So I'm just going to do that. Leave that there. Skip data collection, of course. Click on this. And you can also disable the BitLocker requirement if you want to as well. Just because I'm installing this on a virtual machine, I am going to do this because I don't really want BitLocker enabled, but it's up to you. But if you are using this, if you are installing this onto a device which you're going to be using maybe out and about in the public or as a personal device, there's no harm in enabling BitLocker because it will just protect your device if it does get stolen. So that's fine. So I'm going to tick all the options here, click OK. And it's going to say it's about to wipe all the data, so that's fine. So just click on OK right here. And that's it. So what we'll do now is we'll let that process and I'll come back to you in a few moments. Okay, so you can now see that Rufus is now showing as ready. So that means it is now copied to our USB stick and we're now good to go. So what I'm going to do now, guys, I'm going to actually jump onto Windows 10 in a second, and I'm just going to show you how we actually upgrade from Windows 10 directly to Windows 11. But now that obviously Windows is now on this USB stick, you can now just go and plug this into your device that you're looking to install Windows 11 on, boot from the USB stick, and then run through the setup procedure. So let's now jump over onto Windows 10. So as you can see, we're now back on Windows 10, and we're going to be using the second method, which I recommend, is if you want to upgrade to Windows 11 directly within Windows 10. So what we're going to do now is, similar to the previous method as before, we're now going to go over to Microsoft's website just so we can download the tool that they now offer. So if you need to just go directly to the links, guys, again, I'm going to put all the links down in the description box down below. So if you want to click on the link directly, feel free to do that, or feel free to just follow ahead what I'm doing in this video. So if we just double click into our Google Chrome browser here, and again, we're just going to search for the Windows 11 media creation tool. And I'm just going to click on this one right here that says create installation media for Windows. So select on this, and then you've got right here where it says Windows 11. So if we just click on this right here, this will then take us over to the download Windows 11 page back on Microsoft's website. So the one we're going to be focusing on right now, so you've got all your options down here for the couple of options that they offer in different ways to install it. Is we're going to look at the first one. So it says Windows 11 Installation Assistant. This is the best option for installing Windows 11 on the device you are currently using. Click download now to get started. Well, perfect. That's what we want to do. So we're going to click on download now, just right here. And as you can see in the top right corner, it's now just downloaded the Windows 11 Installation Assistant.exe file. So now I'm going to just pop this onto my desktop. But again, if you want to just run this directly, feel free, you can do that. So if we now just run this program right here, and again, it's going to ask you if you want to make changes to your device, then obviously yes, please select yes to that. That's just Windows UAC, User Account Control. So when you first open up the application, you might get this message here, which says use the PC Health app to check compatibility. Now, this is an app which Microsoft provides just to do a quick check on your PC, which will then tell this software if you can actually install Windows 11. Now, as I said, Windows 11 is very strict in terms of what it can be installed onto. Microsoft have a full list, I believe, of the processors that they support, but there's also various other things that can cause issues with it not to install as well, such as TPM and various other things. But again, this is the app that you want to get. So what you're going to do if you do get this message is just click on right here where it says get the PC Health Check app. So I'm going to click on this. And it's going to take us to a Microsoft link. And as you can see, it's just downloaded the Windows Health Check application. So what you're going to do is just run this. It's going to need to install. So it's going to agree to the terms and conditions here and then just click on install. Let that install. And then again, it's going to make sure that this option here is tick saying open Windows PC Health Check. So it's going to tick on this, click on finish. And then that should now open up in the background. So we can now just minimize the installation assistant just for a second. And this is going to be the option which is right here. So it's going to say, so introducing Windows 11, let's check, see if this PC meets the system requirements. So just click on check now. And then there we go. And it now comes up saying this PC meets Windows 11 requirements. So perfect. It's going to be able to be upgraded. Now, you did just see there a little message came up in the bottom right corner saying it doesn't support it. I don't know why that happened, but it does definitely support it. Again, I'm running this on a virtual machine, not a physical PC. So it might be something relating to that. But as you can see now, so it is saying that it now meets the requirements. So perfect, that's what you want to see. If it doesn't meet the requirements, you'll see an options list and it will show like a little tick and a cross in terms of which options it does and which options don't meet those requirements. So what we can do now, guys, is we can now just close out of this and then close the Health Check app. And if we then just go back down into it, because obviously we minimized the installation assistant, it is actually going to be running in the taskbar. So if you click on the little arrow in the bottom right click on the, as you can see here, it's got the Windows 11 Installation Assistant. Just right click on this and click Details. And we're going to click on Refresh just right here. There you go. And now the app has told it now supports installation of Windows 11. So it's going to say, good news, this PC meets the minimum requirements to install Windows 11. Fantastic. That's what you want to see. So what you're going to do now is going to click on the Accept and Install button just on the right here. And what it's going to do now is it's going to now do a quick download. It's going to be a couple of gigs. So depending on your internet connection, it may take a bit of time, but I've got quite high-speed internet here, so it should be okay. So I'm just going to let this download now, and I'll come back in just a moment once it proceeds on to the next step. Okay, so now we can see it's now on step 3 of 3. So this is now where it's going to begin installing Windows 11 in the background. So it says right here, it's okay to keep using this PC, but we'll restart your PC 30 minutes after you reach 100% on this screen. So again, obviously you can use your PC if you want to, but if you are, just make sure you do save your work because obviously you don't want it to reboot suddenly and then obviously lose all your work. But again, that's going to now install onto this device. So I'm going to let this proceed up right here. And again, I'll be back in just a couple of moments. Okay, so now that our PC is now at the stage where it's now come up with this message saying your PC needs to restart to install Windows 11. That now means that it's now installed Windows 11, it just needs to do a quick reboot. So it kindly gives you 30 minutes. So again, that countdown is going to be going down there. So once you've saved all of your work and you've saved everything and you're happy to reboot your PC, you can now just go down to Restart Now in the bottom right corner. So I'm now just going to select on this. And again, it's going to say you're about to be signed out. That's fine. It can restart. And then take a moment. I'll just restart. So again, I'll come back in a sec once this has rebooted. Okay, so our PC is now just restarting here. So I had to do a manual restart because it takes a little bit of a while to reboot if it is going to do a scheduled reboot, which I think was about half an hour. So if you do select restart now and it doesn't restart straight away, feel free to just go to the bottom left-hand corner and then just click restart now. But as you can now see, the boot up logo was then changed to Windows 11. And now it is going to be doing this. So it's going to be working on the update, and it's just going to go through a bit of a process and then go through the setup procedure. So again, I'm just going to let this reboot, and I'll be back in just a couple of moments. So now it says the is now working on updates. So again, this is now going to install all the latest updates and download them quickly just before it does install Windows 11. So again, if you have got a slow internet connection there, it may take a bit of time, but it shouldn't take too long if you've got a fast internet connection like myself. So again, I'm just going to let this proceed here. It will take a couple of minutes here, and it may even restart a couple of times. I'm just going to let that carry on. And again, I'll be back in just a moment. Right, so our PC's now done all the updates. It's going to bring up this nice little message, which you're probably used to from Windows 10, where it says, hi, we're just going to get things ready for you. All it does in the background is it just installs a few basic applications whilst it's doing this, and also just sets up the desktop experience. So again, I'm just going to wait for this to go through this. Again, this may take a couple of minutes depending on your PC. So it'll probably flash through different various colors and all sorts. So yeah, I'm just going to let this carry on here again, guys, and I'll be back in just a moment once this has happened. Okay, and that's it. And now you can see we are now back at the desktop on Windows 11. So you should now see that all of your applications will actually now be back onto Windows 11. All of your files, everything will all be here. There may be a few other additional applications which you'll see, like as you can see at the bottom here, we've got like Microsoft Teams and a few other things. These are all apps that do come with Windows 11. But again, if you are looking to customize your Windows installation, again, I have got another video on that, so feel free to go check that out in one of my earlier videos. But that's it. You're all set up, ready to go, and you're now running Windows 11. So hope that's helped you guys out there. Hopefully this has been try to keep this video kind of short, but I know it's been a little bit long. But if you guys do have any questions at all, please feel free to put a comment down in the comment section box down below. But as always, guys, please also smash that like button. And if this video has helped you, please also smash that subscribe button as well. Thanks again for watching all. Until next time, see you soon. Bye for now.